Welcome everybody, Shaarq here. Today I wanna showcase my latest build in Essence Hardcore League, focused on the Essence Drain skill. If you check my other guides, you will figure that I have a passion for building up tanky life-based spellcasters with strength, which means I make use of Iron Will, but this time it's a different approach. I'm actually pretty satisfied about how it performs. In the currently running showcase, in the background, I'm using level 19 gems and basically a 5th link. The 6th link is just a level 1 Empower, so there's still room for improvement. But let me explain the core mechanics of the build. For offense, this build makes use of Iron Will, as I mentioned before. It provides us plus 1% increased spell damage for every 5 points of strength. The juicy side effect is that every 10 strength grants an additional 5 max life. So we take both advantages of strength. Usually I grab Righteous Fire as well, but I decided to go another way. The big downside of using RF is the fact that you can't run many map mods and forced to use some mandatory unique items. At the same time, RF provides us a huge spell damage multiplier. Not using it results in a big damage loss, which we have to compensate somehow. After some research, I probably found a solution for that gap. I built up a character with Repentance Gloves, which grants us Iron Will for all spells we are using. In addition, we are dual wielding the unique weapons Doon Consuming Dark in main and Consuming Dark Dagger in offhand, which are both pretty affordable in current league, but more about that later. In terms of defenses, some rough facts. 212 increased life, 8% life regen, 5 jewel slots, 100% increased armor and 45 with whirling blades. And that at level 90. Not bad at all, right? Our main damage setup consists of Essence Drain, Void Manipulation, Rapid Decay, Pierce, Control Destruction and Empower. With the fact we're an Occultist, we use Temporary Chains and Enfeeble linked with Bless With Me support gem. To spread out Essence Drain, we're gonna use Contagion, linked with increased area of effect and faster casting. For pushing single target deeps, go for Spell Totem, linked with Wither and faster casting. I also use Clarity, reserve 1 blue socket somewhere. The remaining setups are however optional, use whatever you want. I recommend leveling with a Firestorm Flame Totem setup, but you can also use Contagion and Essence Drain. Skill tree progression is fairly simple. Head to life and damage nodes like Occultist Dominion, Quick Recovery, Cruel Preparation and Blazed Radius at the beginning. Just hold a good balance between damage and life to get a smooth level experience. After you fill out the Templar section, go straight ahead to Dirty Techniques. In that time you will grab many strength nodes, so keep in mind that Iron Will support gem become a good option for your damage setup. Finally grab Warrior's Blood and Heart of the Warrior in the Marauder area, then Combat Stamina for a great amount of extra armor and finish up the Scion Life Wheel. The link for the passive tree is in the description of this video. The Ascendancy class of choice for this build is the Occultist. Here you need to pick up Profane Bloom and Malediction for dual cursing. In Merciless Lab I picked up Void Beacon for some extra damage. Surely by now you're gonna notice that the remaining Ascendancy talents are pretty useless for our kind of build. That means you don't have to do Überlap. Yeah sure, it's a little bit unfortunate, but I would always pick up Occultist Ascendancy again. For this kind of build, getting dual curses is the best option though. For the bandits you need to help Oak or Normal, kill them all in Cruel and Merciless. For your gear you primarily need to look for affixes such as elemental resistances, life, intelligence, armor and strength on all your stuff. Keep in mind that strength gives you additional life and also a damage increase. It's basically the number 1 stat you should aim for. To cover your intelligence requirements for Repentance Gloves, Try to get a bit of those attributes on the gear you craft or buy as well. On the jewel sector we are flexible. Look for stats like damage, chaos damage, damage over time, projectile damage, strength, resistances and life. For unique items there is, as I mentioned in the beginning of the guide, no mandatory item to make the build work. But to perform well in even high tier maps, I highly recommend saving currency up for Repentance, Doon and Consuming Dark. You really wanna get these uniques as soon as possible to compensate the missing Righteous Fire. I tell you why, guys. Repentance gloves should be your first investment. They grant us the highly needed Iron Will, which allows us to push spell damage over strength. We also can replace the reserved Iron Will gem slot in our main damage setup for another damage support skill like Controlled Destruction. After that, try to get the Consuming Dark. If you wear this beauty, from now on chaos damage poisons enemies. That means we save up another slot in our main damage setup, in that case poison, and can use Whirling Blades as a movement skill as well. It's pretty awesome, guys. So basically we end up with an 8-link while using these two uniques. Finally, saving currency up for Doon In the fact that we are playing a strength based build with up to 800 strength, this weapon is Bastion slot for us. Wield it in your main hand. The last optional unique I recommend is Arboron's Warpath Boots, which increases your overall strength by up to 18%. You get a bunch of extra life and damage out of it. The downside is that they have no resists, so getting a weak cap is a bit difficult. For flask setup in general, check out my PoE profile. Nothing really special here. Only make sure to get Rose Leg removes bleeding and curse on your flasks. It's really essential. That's it, boys. If you liked the video and want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate that.
Listen what your girlfriend says. She reads those magazines that say you failed the test. You don't have what she needs. I slither like a viper and get you by the neck. I know 1,000 ways to help you forget about her. That bitch can eat her heart out. Goodbye, but so do I, so do I. Goodbye, but so do I, so do I. My lips are pale and vicious, you're foaming at the mouth. You suffered in the darkness, I'll suck the pain right out. So come and taste the reason, I'm nothing like the rest. I'll kiss you in a way you'll never forget about me. That chick can eat her heart out. Goodbye, but so do I, so do I. Goodbye, but so do I, so do I, so do I.
It sucks you in and kicks you down and chews you up and spits you out and messes with your sanity by twisting all your thoughts around.
And say it's